Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Christine with Pattercrafts, and today I'm here to just do a quick show and tell on the cards I made using the Flavor of the Month card kit by Scrapping for Less. The month of June's theme was at the beach. I did make a video showing the creation of all of these cards. That video was sped up 8 times, which I didn't really realize until after, and I was doing the voiceover for it, that was probably a little too fast. So I'll try to slow those down in the future, but for those that just want to see what I made and not necessarily watch how they were made, I thought I would just do this show and tell video. So for collection 1, we had paper from Summer Splash by Cartabella and the Avery L stamp set Sea Prize. So the first card I created, I did use the stamp set. I colored the image with some Copic markers and used the sequins. Just use some white embossing powder. Hope your birthday is swell, and use this little dot here. So this was inspired from sketch number 2 on the June of Flavor of the Month card sketches. But instead of using a button as shown on the sketch, I used one of the enamel dots from the kit. And then on the inside of this, I added a white mat and stamped the fish again with some London Fog Memento ink. These might be slightly out of order, but I did make a shaker card. So on the inside, I just used some watercolor paper and distress ink and used the sentiment, a little extra puff for all those candles. And I used some white embossing powder for that, made the little frame, added sequins from the kit. I wasn't sure if I was going to put the little shark on the front or the bat, or, front, like just meaning on top of the acetate of the shaker or in the shaker part itself, but I did decide to go ahead and put him on top of the acetate, so he's on the outside of that shaker element, and on the inside I just put a white mat. So this card was just created using the pattern paper. The pattern paper I received had a lot of scenes, and so this beach scene here was one of those pattern papers. So I just cut that down and used one of the frames and tags that came in the kit. This one did have like some yellow border along the side, but I didn't want that on there because I felt this paper here was kind of busy, and so I cut off the yellow bits and then just made like a little fishtail end here and propped that up on some foam. And on the inside, I used a white mat, and then I used one of these strips here because the paper I used to make this card had all these beach theme scenes, and then like between each scene was a strip that had some beachy phrases like life's a beach, seize the day, beach hair don't care. So I decided to just add a little strip right in there. Goes with our beach bum card. And this is that pattern paper, so it had like different themes like you see here, but I used just this water kind of pattern paper underneath so to kind of separate the beach scenes, because they are 2 different kinds of scenes. And also I wanted to use this tag here, the beach fixes everything. And I thought if there was another beach scene, A, the scene would get lost, and 2, the sentiment would get lost and it would just be too busy. So I propped up our 2 different beach scenes up on some foam tape. The sentiment's also on some foam tape. And on the inside of the card, here's just another one of those strips that has those beach sayings. Beach day, take me to the ocean, beach bum, beach more. And that sentiment's cut off. So so that was everything from collection number 1. So collection number 2, I was really excited about because I actually have the paper pad Under the Sea by Echo Park, the 6x6 pad, and I also have been trying to figure out, like, periodically I make cards using it and card sketches, but I was find like sometimes the paper pad doesn't have a lot of pieces you could use as sentiments, so again, it's just been something I've been slowly using. I've got quite a few cards already made with that set, and when I'm done with them, I'll definitely show those off. But I was excited that there was a stamp set that matched that, so I can probably incorporate that stamp set into some of the cards that I've made that I feel like need a little something, but I don't know what. So I was really excited about that. Now, because I have made so many cards already using this card kit, or that pattern paper, I didn't have as much fun making these 4 cards as the other cards, just because I think I'm burnt out, I guess you could say, on using this paper. It's super cute, don't get me wrong. I've probably just already made 30 cards using it, and trying to come up with a different idea with the elements of this kit. I'm happy with what I did create, but it was a little bit of a challenge to not try to replicate what I've already made. I guess it wouldn't have mattered. Anyway, so using the stamp set, I used distressing to stamp these little jellyfish, and then over the top I added some Versamark so that I could emboss those with some clear embossing powder. And the sentiment is also been stamped with Memento black ink, and then I used the Versamark over the top so that all these elements were heat embossed so that they would resist the creating the background here, which I used various shades of blue distress ink, spritzed it, and added this watercolor paper too. Didn't exactly come out how I envisioned, but I'm happy with the result the same. And this is just propped up on a lot of foam. Actually, it's a solid foam piece, like the fun foam, because this was pretty warped from all the embossing and the watercolor. And on the inside, I just added 3 of the little jellyfish stamped once with the London Fog Memento ink. This card I used primarily just the pattern paper from the kit and one of the tags, because we did receive some frames and tags, Under the Sea frames and tags. I don't know if I want to add anything more to it. I love this pattern paper, and this sketch we received in one of the Scrapping for Less card kits a while ago, and it's been my favorite since. It's a really great way to use this very busy pattern, and toning it down a little bit so you can also add other elements to it. And on the inside of this card is just a white mat. This card here is inspired by sketch number 3. So I first had cut out like just some white circles, but then I decided that was just too much white. So I did keep this one here so I could stamp the sentiment, Ocean Waves, Sandy Toes, Summer Sun. And then just use various papers from the collection and added 3 little sequins. On the inside of this card, I just stamped one of the fish stamps from the set and put a white mat, or stamped it on a white mat and put it in the card. And this is my take on sketch number 4. I really liked making this one. I love all the pattern papers that are on here. Got a little fuzz right there. So just use this orange polka dot, like this orange on orange polka dot paper, cut down 3 of the other strips, used this really busy pattern paper that was left over from the other card, one of the tags, and then I just cut out a circle, stamped the sentiment, all you need is some vitamin C, added some sequins from the kit, and then I just added some dash lines with my Inkjoy gel pen. And the inside of this card is just plain. I did use just a white card base, so I didn't do anything on the inside of that card. So that was everything from collection 2. Now, when in the original video, I did go out of order because I made these out of order. I put my bags. So I'm going to actually show you the actual collection 3. These are the You Are My Sunshine paper by Little Darling Rubber Stamps, and also the stamp set from LDRS called Just Beachy. It was exclusive for Scrapping for Less. But this first card I made, I used the pattern paper. I used some leftover orange cardstock that I had from, I think, the first card I made. Cut out this stitched mini scallop circle and used the puffy stickers that came with my kit. They're just, the ingredient sheet just calls them Pool Characters Puffy Stickers. So I added these two here. On the inside, I added a sentiment, sending you sun kisses and warm wishes. And I added that last puffy sticker that I had, because I received 3 in my kit, and just added that to the inside. So it was a fairly simple first card. This card here, I stamped down different elements from the card kit. At first, I wasn't thrilled with how it was going because these images all have like solid parts. So like the dark blue are solid parts on the stamp. The red are solid parts on the chair stamp, and then the outer ring of the sun. So I knew that I couldn't stamp it in just black Memento ink because all those parts would be black. So I stamped the umbrella with blue and the chair with red and the sun with some yellow. And I did use a brown for the sandcastle, but this would have been okay because there's not any like big solid parts, but I decided to just go with it. So when I'm looking at it from that angle, I was a little scared how this was going to come out, but it worked out just fine. I colored in a lighter blue with a Copic marker on the umbrella. I used gray for the metal parts of the chair, and I still used a yellow Copic marker for the inside of the sun. You can tell up close that like everything's lined in red on the chair or blue here. But I'm still really happy with the way it came out. I could always probably go in with those lines like with a black pen or something, but it doesn't bother me enough to change it. So I think I was just scared because everything was stamped in a different color, and I hadn't done that before, so that was something new for me. But I'm really happy with the way this card came out. And on the inside, I added a white mat, stamped the little chair again. You see what I mean where it has the solid parts? And then sending you warm wishes and sun kisses. So there's card number 2. Card number 3, I wanted to use those cute little seals, so I just used this circle. I used a circle die to cut out some white cardstock, stamped up my little seals, gave them a little ground. I'm not sure if that shows up on camera. I loved this blue pattern paper. Kind of just looked like the water. And then I thought this was really fun because I'm just thinking of these seals like playing around. Used the sentiment sealed with a kiss. Stamped that with Versamark, used white embossing powder, and then just cut it down and put a little fishtail banner on it. So I thought this card was really adorable. And I don't have anything going on the inside. I'll probably just add a white mat because I usually do, and I may or may not stamp these little guys. It was pretty late when I was finishing this card because this was actually the last bit of cards that I was making. Like I said, I went out of order in creating with the collections. So I was getting a little tired. Anyway, and I just wanted to finish it up. So that is card number 3. Now card number 4 is a shaker. I wanted to use the die, the Adirondack chairs, and I cut out this oval, and on the inside I stamped sending you warm wishes and sun kisses, added some blue distressing so that would stand out, added my sequins. I was gonna put another chair over here, but I cut this a little further to the right, so when I put it on there was like no pattern paper left over here, and there's quite a bit over here, so I decided to just leave the one Adirondack chair and I put the other one on the inside. So that is card number 4. Now when I was creating these I thought this was card 3, so I went ahead and made another card. So this collection actually has 5. Finished using a scrap of that blue paper that I liked from the seal card. I thought this was really fun, and I decided to just cut out a large oval, add our little sand castle and a sun, and just sending you sun kisses. That was really simple, but I'm really happy with the way this card came out. And again, I need to just add a white mat on the inside. There's nothing on the inside of that one either. So that's everything from collection 3. All right, so, oops, here we go. The last collection is the Sweet Summer by Doodlebug Designs. And the stamp was Sending Sunshine by Sunny Studio, which was exclusive for Scrapping for Less. So I thought it'd be really fun to make a shaker card because this paper was really fun, but it was really busy. So I wanted to have all these little suns because I was sending you sunshine and just make a little shaker element. They don't shake too well because I think I put too many in there. And so they're kind of piled one on top of another. The sequins in all of the collections are completely flat. So when you're making a shaker card with them, they tend to bunch underneath one another and they don't shake very well. So I don't think that with these super flat sequins that I would probably make shaker cards again with them, just because I found the shaker cards I did make using them, they just bunch up and then it's really hard to get them to move around. But I'm still really happy with the way the card came out. And on the inside, it's just a white mat. So this card here is my interpretation of a landscape of that sketch number 3. I loved all these little pattern papers. I think the only thing I would change is to make this orange circle part smaller. It covered too much of this really beautiful rainbow paper back here. But I did use the sentiment from the stamp set, Sending You Hugs, and added these, I think of this as like a snow cone, an ice cream cone, and a popsicle. So those were stickers I had received from my kit. It was the mini icons, and on the inside just a white mat. This is my all-time favorite card. I also took a lot of time to stamp, fussy, and color and fussy cut these palm trees, but I absolutely love this. Love it, love it, love it. Sending You Sunshine, used a mini scallop border to cut this little white part down here and just added our 3 trees. And on the inside of this card, I just added one of the palm trees. That was in the stamp set, just with some London Fog ink. And lastly, using that palm tree again, Sending You Sunshine. This is my interpretation of sketch number 1. So I just, if I had to do this again, I would probably do the dimensions different. I know on here, like the pattern paper behind isn't really supposed to stick out, but I'd like to see probably more of that. I like this little element here, but I think especially for this theme, I could have probably made that a little bit smaller so some of this pattern paper back here would show more. But I'm still really happy with the card. I love this tone on tone brown paper. I don't think this is going to come up in the camera, but it's just like little palm trees. So it goes perfect with this palm tree here. And on the inside, I just added a white mat and again stamped the palm tree with a with the Memento London Fog ink. So those are all the cards that I made. Let me show you real quick what I have left over. So from collection 1, I have 2 full pieces of pattern paper left. I have lots of good sized scraps, of course, the stamp set. And I do think I have some of the frames, like in tags somewhere. Yeah, down behind here. And the sequins. I'm pretty sure I have sequins, but I didn't put them away, so they're not in the bag. Collection number 2, I have 1 piece of pattern paper, but I have lots of scraps. I have the frames, and I have frames and tags left, sequins, obviously the stamp set, and still have all 3 of those wooden anchor pieces. Collection 3, I have 1 full sheet of the 6x6 paper, some nice size scraps, of course the stamp set, the sequins, okay, and the die. So I still have lots of items in there. And then for the last set, I have 1 piece of full sheet of 6x6 pattern paper, some really nice size scraps. I have those dolphin and I think those are starfish, like gem stickers. I have sequins. So that's everything that I have left from the kit. And of course, I still have all the stickers, and I still have everything in the banana split level. So when I get to the remix for this kit, I'm going to have a lot to work with. So anyway, I want to thank you so much for stopping by today. I just wanted to give you a little bit of a closer view of the cards since the making of them video was so quickly, or done so quick, like I sped it up so fast. And I also wanted to just be able to just show people what I made in case they don't like watching all of the process. So until next time, thank you again so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more, hit that subscribe button. But until next time, bye.